upbeat music intro. Hey book lovers, welcome back to Channel Name. Today we're diving into 10 of the most beloved books from the past decade. The ones that have sparked conversations, won awards, and stayed on bestseller lists for years. These are those books. If you love books, hit that like button and subscribe for more recommendations. Let's jump right in. First up, we have The Midnight Library by Haig. This book has taken the literary world by storm. The hype for this book is real. Readers everywhere can't stop talking about it. It's one of those books that makes you question everything. Every choice, every regret, every possibility. Imagine this. You walk into a library, but instead of bookshelves, there are endless doors. And behind each door, a different version of your life based on a different choice you could have made. It's like a maze of your own making. It's such a cool concept. The idea that every decision opens up a new path is both fascinating and terrifying. Like, what if you took that other job offer? How different would your life be? Or never ended that relationship? Would you be happier, or would new challenges arise? This book takes you on a wild ride through all those what-ifs. It's a journey through the multiverse of your own life. It's deep, emotional, and makes you think about regrets and second chances. It really tugs at your heartstrings. Plus, the main character, Nora, is so relatable. Her struggles and triumphs feel incredibly real. She's kind of lost and trying to find her place in the world, and I feel like we've all been there at some point, right? It's a universal feeling. So, if you're looking for a book that will stay with you long after you finish it, The Midnight Library is definitely worth checking out. It's a story that lingers in your mind. It's like It's a Wonderful Life, but a million times better and more existential. It dives deep into the human psyche, and you don't have to deal with the creepy angel. Instead, you get a profound exploration of life and choices. Next up, we're heading to the marshes of North Carolina, a place teeming with life and mystery, with Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. Okay, this book, you guys, it's a total masterpiece. It's a blend of mystery, romance, and a deep connection to nature. It's one of those stories that just completely sucks you in from the first page. You won't be able to put it down. We meet Kaya, who's abandoned by her family and learns to survive on her own in the marshes. Her resilience and resourcefulness are truly inspiring. She's like this fierce, independent spirit, and I was rooting for her from the beginning. Her journey is both heartbreaking and empowering. But then, there's a murder. The plot thickens and takes a dark turn, and Kaya, the marsh girl as the townspeople call her, becomes the prime suspect. The tension is palpable. It's a murder mystery, but it's also so much more than that. It's a deep dive into human nature and societal prejudices. It's a story about survival, prejudice, and the power of nature. And the writing, it's just gorgeous. The descriptions of the marsh are so vivid you can almost feel the humidity and hear the wildlife. Like seriously, Delia Owens knows how to paint a picture with words. Her background as a wildlife scientist really shines through. I'm not going to lie, I cried like a baby at the end. The emotional depth of the story is overwhelming, but in a good way. It's a cathartic experience that stays with you long after you've turned the last page. You know those books that just wreck you emotionally but in the best way possible? This is one of those. It's a rare gem. This is one of those. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Let's switch gears and talk about self-improvement. Atomic Habits by James Clear is one of those books that can actually change your life. It's all about the idea that small changes, tiny habits that you do consistently over time, can lead to massive results. We're talking like building a business, getting in shape, learning a new language, all by making small, incremental changes. It sounds simple, but James Clear breaks it down in a way that's super practical and easy to understand. He gives you all the tools and strategies you need to actually build good habits and break bad ones. It's not about some vague, woo-woo advice. It's based on science and research, and it actually works. So if you're feeling stuck in a rut or just want to level up your life, Atomic Habits is a game changer. Trust me on this one, you'll thank me later. Back to fiction, and let me tell you, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir is one of the most fun, exciting, and surprisingly emotional sci-fi books I've ever read. Imagine waking up on a spaceship with no memory of who you are or how you got there. That's what happens to Ryland Grace, our main man in this story. As he starts to piece together his memories, he realizes he's on a mission to save humanity from extinction. This book has everything you could want in a sci-fi adventure, mind-blowing science, hilarious dialogue, and edge-of-your-seat suspense. Plus, the bromance between Ryland and his alien buddy is the best thing ever. It's like The Martian, but even better. Project Hail Mary is one of those books that I literally could not put down. I stayed up way too late reading it, and I regret nothing. Alright, thriller fans, this one's for you. The Silent Patient by Michaelides is one of those books that will keep you guessing until the very last page. It's about a woman named Alicia who seemingly shoots her husband 5 times in the face and then never speaks another word. Enter Theo, a psychotherapist who becomes obsessed with Alicia's case. He's determined to get her to talk and uncover the truth about what really happened. But of course, nothing is as it seems. There are twists and turns, red herrings galore, and just when you think you've figured it out, bam! The rug is pulled out from under you. I'm not going to spoil anything, but let me just say that the ending of this book is absolutely mind-blowing. Like, I literally gasped out loud. So, if you're looking for a gripping psychological thriller, The Silent Patient is the book for you. Let's talk about Circe by Madeline Miller. This book is just pure magic. It's a retelling of the classic Greek myth, but from the perspective of Circe, the sorceress who's often portrayed as a villain. And let me tell you, Circe is a total badass. She's powerful, independent, and not afraid to stand up for herself. Madeline Miller's writing is so beautiful and lyrical, it's like reading poetry. She brings the world of Greek mythology to life in a way that's both familiar and completely new. It's a story about love, loss, betrayal, and finding your own power. If you're looking for a book that's both empowering and beautifully written, Circe is definitely worth checking out. Get ready to laugh and cry at the same time with this one. This book will take you on an emotional roller coaster, making you feel a wide range of emotions from joy to sorrow. A Man Called Ove by Fredrik Backman is one of the most heartwarming and hilarious books I've ever read. It's a story that beautifully balances humor and sentiment, making it a truly unforgettable read. Ove is this grumpy old man who's basically everyone's worst nightmare. He's the kind of neighbor who would scold you for the smallest things, making him seem unapproachable and difficult. He's always complaining, he's got a rule for everything, and he's just generally unpleasant to be around. His strict adherence to rules and his constant grumbling make him a character you initially love to hate, but underneath that gruff exterior there's a heart of gold. Ove's story reveals layers of his personality that are both touching and profound, and as you get to know Ove, you start to understand why he is the way he is. His past experiences and the people he has lost shape his behavior, making his journey all the more compelling. This book is full of quirky characters, heartwarming moments, and laugh-out-loud situations. Each character adds a unique flavor to the story, making it rich and diverse. It's a reminder that everyone has a story, and sometimes the grumpiest people are just the ones who need the most love. The book teaches us about empathy and understanding, showing that there's more to people than meets the eye. I dare you not to fall in love with Ove by the end of this book. His transformation and the relationships he builds are truly heartwarming. It's just one of those feel-good stories that will stay with you long after you finish reading it. The emotional depth and the humor make it a book that resonates on many levels. Music lovers, this one's for you. Daisy Jones and the Six by Jenkins Reid will make you feel like you're right there in the middle of the 70s rock scene. It's about the rise and fall of a fictional rock band, told through a series of interviews with the band members years later. The drama is real. There's love, heartbreak, addiction, creative differences, everything you could want in a rock and roll story. The characters are so well developed they feel like real people. Plus, the book comes with a playlist that you can listen to while you're reading, which just adds to the whole experience. Let's get a little bit intellectual with Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. This book is a total game changer. It's a fascinating look at the history of humankind, from our humble beginnings as hunter-gatherers to our current status as the dominant species on the planet. Harari explores big questions like how did we become so intelligent, why did we develop language and culture, and what does the future hold for our species? Harari has a way of explaining complex ideas in a way that's easy to understand, even if you're not a history buff. It's a must-read for anyone who's ever wondered about the big questions in life. And last but not least, we have The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This book is pure magic, literally. It's about a mysterious circus that appears out of nowhere, only open from dusk till dawn. But this is no ordinary circus. It's full of enchantment, wonder, and a touch of darkness. The atmosphere of this book is just incredible. Morgenstern's writing is so vivid and evocative, you can practically smell the popcorn and hear the music playing as you read. At the heart of the story is a competition between two young magicians, Celia and Marco, who are bound to the circus by a mysterious challenge set by their mentors. It's a story about love, magic, and the power of imagination. And that's a wrap! Which of these books have you read? Drop a comment and let's discuss your favorites. Like, seriously, I need to know if anyone else cried their eyes out at the end of Where the Crawdads Sing or was as shook as I was by the ending of The Silent Patient. Want more book recommendations? Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching and happy reading.